I went blind on purpose, but I don't feel it was a choice.
Boys and girls, we are in for a fucking treat today. So this specimen, and I'm going with specimen because it's almost 2020. I'm just going to start calling everyone a specimen. You can't get into any sort of trouble calling someone a specimen. It literally means an individual, animal, plant, or piece of mineral. And if you try and tell me you don't identify as any of them things, well, I don't want to be around anymore. But anyway, this specimen is trying to tell the world she has chosen to go blind. Chosen. Now, as a person who has to wear glasses to see things that are far away, I'm mad. I gotta see the reasoning behind this because it's just unreal.
For most people, going blind would be a nightmare. But for Jewel Chooping, it was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
The fulfillment of a lifelong dream, bruh. Some people dream to be an astronaut or a footballer, but Jewel here wants to be fucking Stevie Wonder without the musical talent.
She suffers from a rare condition called body integrity identity disorder, which led her to deliberately take her own sight.
Right, so body integrity identity disorder is where people mentally don't feel like they should have limbs, which to me seems like a crazy concept. Like, imagine your mind being like, I don't feel like I should have this leg. Hey doc, can you chop it off for me? But this woman, on the other hand, does not have this condition. Going blind because it's your lifelong dream, girl, you're going way too far with this shit. Like, as crazy as wanting to chop off your limbs is, it's been kind of proven by doctors that this condition is real. In no way does that mean that this woman has it. Like, she wanted to go blind, and now she's getting all this money from this documentary. She's probably getting government money now, considering she probably can't work. But hopefully we find that out in this video. God, I'm going crazy watching this, man.
When there's nobody around you that feels the same way, you start to think that you're just very crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. I think I have a disorder.
If she genuinely believes that she's not crazy, yet she also believes it wasn't a choice to make herself blind, then girl, I got some news for you. She got some fucking demons in her brain making her go blind and shit. Like, that's kind of giving me the creeps. Like, I could imagine that happening in a film. Surely there was some kind of mental help she could have got. Like, and the same with all people who have BIID. Like, if she's been to a doctor, they must have some sort of method to help her think that it's not right to want to go blind.
9 years ago, Jewel took the drastic decision to blind herself, and she researched the methods she would use.
Hold on a minute, she researched the methods she would use. Where the fuck did she find information on how to blind yourself? The dark web? Because surely that's not legal. That's like searching for methods on how to end your life. No chance she's just googled methods to make yourself go blind.
I found that lye is very painful, although it does get the job done. I found that drain cleaner is little less painful, although it does a lot of damage to the eye.
Right, I don't know what she said for the first option. Rye? No idea. But then she said drain cleaner? Where has she found out this information? And then she said, but it does a lot of damage to the eye. I mean, isn't the end goal to go blind, Jewel? You know, I don't think it matters how much damage it does to the eye if you want to go blind, Jewel. Like, she's gone down the supermarket and picked up some Mr. Muscle for £4 and just slapped it into her eyes. She spent £4 to lose one of her 5 senses that millions of people around the world wish they had.
Because drain cleaner was easily available to me, I went with that.
Yep. Yeah, of course you did.
She found a psychologist willing to help her, and after 2 weeks of working together to make sure she was ready, they carried out Jewel's plan.
What? This is just getting worse and worse. Someone else is also responsible for this. A psychologist, more like a psychopath. What kind of person would accept someone's plans to blind themselves and help them do it? That's literally almost like assisted suicide. This shit is just getting fucked up by the minute, man. I did not know that there was someone else helping her drain clean her eyes.
I laid down on the sofa and he sat next to me. 2 drops into each eye. My eyes were screaming. I had some drain cleaner going down my cheek.
That is so unethical, man. If that psychologist didn't lose his license, then the world's even more messed up than I thought. Like, she laid down on a sofa in her house and this man came along and helped her blind herself with drain cleaner. Drain cleaner.
Burning my skin. In the moment, all I could think of was, I'm going blind. It's gonna be okay.
What do you mean it's gonna be okay? What? Oh my god. Could she not have, like, donated her healthy eyeballs? Like, there's surely some way you can do that. Like, give someone your healthy eyeballs if you want to go blind so bad. Like, children are born blind all the time and suffering for like the rest of their lives, and families suffering for the rest of their lives, and you're here making yourself blind. And she has the cheat to be like reading in braille and shit. Imagine her turning up to like a blind person's convention or something. I could literally imagine her doing that as well. Like trying to fit in. If I was a blind person who found out about this, I would not be happy.
After waiting half an hour to make sure the damage was done, the psychologist took Jewel to hospital, where doctors fought to save her sight.
What? This shit is just getting more and more confusing. What is going on? It's literally like something out of a film.
When I woke up the following day, I was joyful.
She was joyful. She doesn't understand that she could literally just wear a blindfold if she doesn't want to see, or maybe like close her eyes. I don't know if anyone else did this as a kid, but I wanted to see what it was like to be blind, so I just closed my eyes to see if I'd be able to get around my house blind. I didn't fucking put drain cleaner in my eyes.
When I woke up the following day, I was joyful until I turned on my back, opened my eyes, and could see the TV screen. I was so enraged.
I'm starting to believe this is in a backwards dimension of the world or some shit. Like, in a normal world, someone would be happy to wake up and be able to see, or be angry if they woke up and couldn't see. But her, she's angry she can see. She's furious that she can see her TV screen. She doesn't want to wake up and have to watch Dr. Phil's big old egghead on her screen.
And I thought that it hadn't worked. Then over about 6 months, the sight in both eyes slowly went away. I was so happy. I felt that this was who I was supposed to be.
Woohoo! Fucking celebrations, yeah! I'd like to thank myself, the psychologist, and all the doctors for unsuccessfully trying to get my sight back.
While Jewel was happy, her actions cost her her relationship with her family. But this was something she'd been building up to throughout her life.
I first developed the idea that I need to be blind when I was around 6 years old.
6 years old? Are you serious? 6-year-olds should be worrying about what they're going to play with at school the next day, not worrying about how they want to go blind.
I was told by my mother that if I looked into the sun, I'd go blind, and so I stared into the sun for hours on end. Thinking about being blind made me feel comfortable. I was blind simming, which is pretending to be blind.
Ah, so she did used to pretend she was blind. She just wanted the real thing, I guess. Damn, fake being blind is a gateway drug, bro. Just makes you move on to bigger things.
Initially apprehensive, Jewel has now told her friends in the blind community about how she took her own sight.
Oh my god, I knew it. She goes to blind conventions. She has blind friends. And she didn't tell them that she took her own sight yet. Oh, please tell me she tells them in this next part.
I told her that I didn't care, that I think there's no resentment for her voluntarily taking her eyesight. That's not who I am.
Her ex-fiance is the one helping her get around. Isn't that a bit awkward? No? I mean, if I ever went blind, the last person that I would want helping me around is my ex. Imagine she doesn't actually know it's her ex-fiance and he's just like putting on a fake voice. Oh my god, that's fucked up. Imagine though.
I just don't think I've ever known anyone who had that condition. I think there's a lot understood in the medical community, but I'm sure that by what happened to you, it will be helpful to somebody else.
You know what, Debbie Human, you're speaking a lot of sense there. It is definitely going to be helpful to a lot of people because now they'll know not to be this fucking stupid.
Hey Joel, how's it going?
Oh, hi, Alan. Does this affect our friendship at all?
No, actually, I want to thank you for sharing it with me. I think it's a really inspiring story, actually, because you've overcome a lot here. You're a very positive person. You contribute a lot to the blind community, and I think that's a great thing.
Now,
I can't believe none of her blind friends were mad that she made herself go blind. They probably saw the cameras or something. They probably were told that they were going to be on a documentary or something, or maybe there was others and they just couldn't be put into the final cut because they tried to like drop kick Jewel or something. That's what I imagine happened. Like, this is almost as bad as like giving yourself Ebola and going to the hospital and seeing if people with Ebola will accept you. Or maybe I'm taking this too far. But anyways, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's been like 4 months since I last uploaded, but I've just been busy with other things, and you know, YouTube isn't paying, obviously, so I just do it for fun. But I'm going to start posting more coming up to Christmas, so make sure you guys subscribe. And obviously, I didn't actually mean for this video to be over 10 minutes because, you know, I'm not getting paid for it regardless if it's over 10 minutes or under 10 minutes. So, yeah, just so you know that.